saw that there's some variations on that. And we're going to see every one of those things and techniques. That was just introduction, okay? You know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to teach, and we've just got a couple hours on. And two, it's not about the time; it's about not overwhelming you with stuff you haven't seen before. Okay, so this is going to be our main focus, but and there could be other things off of this. But there's single X guard. Any of you guys competitors, kettlebells play single X, right? I mean, it's like our heavyweight Joel won the pans. He is a savage at that position. We'll tap everyone with the white belt legal straight ankle lock. Double outside Ashi is another position he'll use. But these are the types of leg entanglements that come off of the X guard. Okay? So you got single X. We saw this variant of reverse X, right? When somebody steps on the head, we'll look at that a little bit more. And then two, sometimes we only have one component of the X guard, right? So if we have our rear hook, right? I've been to a seminar where the guy, he just taught all the rear hook and was showing spider guard and all a lasso, and but it's half X guard and half some other type of guard you'd heard about, right? It's a Rodrigo Pinheiro. But you know, outside of that, and you'd have to be kind of like myself or a Robert. I did bring my book here, Marcelo Garcia's X guard. This is me in like being like a blue belt, being like, where's the X guard? Right, because it starts about right there. Right, so that much of it's not X guard. I was disenfranchised by that when it came out. But this is a great resource. It's not in print anymore, but you can get it online. I bought it and sent it to one of our black belts for Christmas, so it is still available on Amazon and stuff. Right, but this is a great resource. This is the guy that popularized the position. Like, he made it famous. And like when I was going to that seminar, it was famous at that time, right? That was when, you know, this book came out, I believe, in 2009. And that is really when that position was blowing up. He was using that on all of the greatest people in the world, right? So Marcel Garcia, he is a great resource. That book, he has instructionals on the position. It's great, right? If you leave here and you decide X guard's a position for you, cool. The guy that I learned the stuff from at the seminar, Robert would know who he is, unfortunately passed away, Jory Malone, right? Owned a school in Benton, and he's a black belt under Hapsamura, and was just like, had a little $25 X guard, like 90 minutes, just a real small group of people, like smaller than this. And I took 2 or 3 people with me, and it was, it's just been with me ever since, you know. I've used it in tournaments. Competed, used it against some really good people too. So it's been effective for me, and now we can get into some of the meat and potatoes. All right. Okay, so let's talk about. We'll start in butterfly guard on the kneeling position. We'll work some different entries. I'm going to show several entries before we start doing sweeps. Before we start doing submissions, okay? So the first thing is butterfly, okay? So without getting too complicated on our grips, we're just gonna be under his arms, okay? Right now, what I'm trying to do is take a scoot in and go here. Look how his hands are on the knife, okay? Well, you know, and there's lots of things you can do, but a lot of times people stand up. Okay? So that's where some of the techniques can come in. Right? So almost always, when you elevate them, they will have hands on the mat. Right? And we'll address this later in the seminar. Sometimes people will turn away a lot, like that. We'll address that. This happens where they put hands down on the mat in front of you. Okay? Very rarely are they going to beat you and stand up, and if they do, that's when we go to the sweeps. We sweep when you stand up. Okay? So, technically, I like to pull him down. It doesn't think that I'm going to push it, right? So then I scoot in and I push him up. Then low. Okay? And then it's just like he was kind of going to stand up. I was like, oh, we're going backwards. Okay. You're telling me which direction to go. Okay? So, real quick, so nothing crazy. Your butterfly, you got double underhooks. I like sitting up on this in the beginning too. So see how I like how you're, well, just go with the body block, right? If you're doing that, right, you're kind of pulling me in, and then just like scoot in a little bit, rock back, and then push my gas, and then push me to the side a little bit. And then you sit me backwards if I stand up. Yeah, right? If I stay down, you trap a sleeve. If I grab you, you got submissions. If I turn this way, you got submissions. All right? Okay. Let's work on that some double butterfly. 1, 2.